Good morning, everybody. I'm coming to you from sunny, chilly Alberta, Canada. And my topic this morning is live long and prosper. There's an old Chinese proverb out that says, don't wait till you're thirsty to dig your well. Well, this last 4 months in my life has been the most challenging of all my almost 60 years here. And I can't even imagine what this experience would have been like had I not had my Young Living products and my Young Living business. So on September 8th of this year, I held my younger brother's hand as he took his final breaths on this planet. I was able to spend 16 days, 12 hours a day, beside his bed in the hospital, fighting with everything we had to throw at him to help turn around a terminal diagnosis. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and we were able to be there for him to do whatever it was that was possible to help. Then, on November 13th, my beautiful mom, this is her, she's 96 and a half. Look how healthy she looks. Well, I held her hand as she took her final breaths on this planet. Now, my mom had a super healthy life, very, very happy, very content. She died with peace in her heart and just no regrets. My brother, on the other hand, didn't embrace health and wellness all so much, had lots of challenges, had lots of health struggles, and he left this world way too early, and so many of his gifts and talents were never expressed. So before I explain how the Young Living journey has blessed my entire life, but especially these last 4 months, I guess I should tell you a little bit who I am. My name is Carla Green. I am a Canadian Diamond, and I am a physical therapist and a registered acupuncturist. Been in practice for 36 years. We have a private clinic in Rocky Mountain House. And as Heidi said on the previous video, Heidi Ross, don't be the expert. That's me, don't be the expert, because it made my business grow very slowly. But I was introduced to Young Living 18 years ago. Yep, 18 years. I'm one of the dinosaurs on this call. On the 12 Days of Diamonds. I was introduced by Dr. Carolyn DeMarco, Canadian medical doctor who actually was recommending Young Living essential oil products to her patients 18 years ago. That really impressed me. I did not embrace the business at the beginning at all. In fact, I actually said I really wished it wasn't a network marketing company. And then in the year 2007, I accidentally won the very first Young Living incentive cruise. Now, that's a story for another time, and it's a very cool story. But when we were on that cruise, we suddenly discovered this amazing community of people and open-hearted people that helped. So after that, we embraced the business very heavily and actually won every single incentive contest all the way to 2013, and often being in the top 10 in the world. After 2013, we were diamonds, so our goal was to help our team get to that level. I'm also the founder of Second Chance Facial Rejuvenation, which is a very cool anti-aging facial rejuvenation system that I developed. And when I needed good quality products to go as part of our protocol for anti-aging, of course, Young Living was the only choice. So our system actually includes all 4 product lines of Young Living: the oils, the supplements, the personal care skin products, and the business side of it. So Second Chance Facial Rejuvenation has been another blessing in my life that Young Living has complemented. I'm actually going to be 60 in 4 months, so it works. Anyway, so we have 4 children, adult, aged 24 to 31. All of them earn a full-time income with Young Living, and it's been a huge blessing in their lives. My youngest daughter, Katrina, is 24, and she's never had a 9-to-5 job because she's a gold. with Young Living. And she just fulfilled a dream of hers, which is to move back to her hometown and live on an acreage. A lot of you might know my son Adam. Adam is his youngest Royal Crown Diamond in the history of Young Living. And he's actually rocking the entire network marketing world with his leadership skills and bringing the profession to a new level. So that's a little bit about me. Live long and prosper. We are designed for greatness. We are designed to bring our gifts to the world. We are not designed to live in struggle and hardship. And so the old proverb, don't wait till you're thirsty until you dig a well. Well, my passion for 36 years has been helping people to be as optimally healthy. And that's not just physical health, but emotional health as well. And when Young Living came into my life, then I suddenly realized that, you know what? Financial health is a really, really big deal. We don't rate it up there with, physical health and heart health and all of that. But in truth, it is equally as important, because the stress of not having enough finances and not having too much month at the end of your money is really, really something that affects people in a big way. So what I love to do is I love to teach people about supplements, because they are super, super critical. And there's so much confusion. People have no idea where to go with their supplements. Either they don't take any, or they take too many and not the right ones. So I'm going to teach you today something that's going to really enhance your own personal health and actually also enhance the health of others. Because I'm going to teach you how to teach others how this is really important in a simple, easy way. I know you're thinking, you're a physiotherapist and an acupuncturist, people will listen to you, they won't listen to me. But when I teach you this little nugget of how to teach this to people, you are going to realize how simple and easy it is. So these are 4 simple steps that I'm going to teach you for your basic core supplements that are really, really critical for everybody. If your heart is beating and you're breathing, you need to take these 4 basic ones. I have thousands of non-compliant stories from my patients and friends and family that I could tell you about just these 4 things, totally transforming them. So what I've done as an analogy is I talk about building your table of health. So with your table, you need 4 legs. And the 4 key things that your body needs is a really good antioxidant supplement, something that's got lots of antioxidants in it. And Ningxia Red Juice contains a lot of the fruits in that are high in antioxidant capacity. Another table leg you need is a good omega-3 fatty acid. And our omega-Gize 3 is one of the best you can find. It's actually got CoQ10, vitamin E, and vitamin D. So it's like a multi-supplement. You also want a really, really good probiotic. So with Young Living, we have an amazing one called Life 9. And then you want a really good enzyme. And Essential Sign 4 fits that bill beautifully. Now, as adults, we need a little extra vitamin D, more than omega-Gize 3 has. So you want to have the top of your table, which will be extra vitamin D. Because with adults, you need to be at about 5,000 units a day. So what I teach my patients and my team members and future team members is build this table of health first before you do anything else. So don't put other supplements on top of the table until you build that table. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, our bodies were designed to function perfectly when they have the right tools to do that. So if you give your body the right tools, it knows how to heal and repair itself. 10 to 20 billion cells die in our body every single day, and our body builds 10 to 20 billion more. Here's some cool stats for you. Your skin is actually only about 4 weeks old because the cells in your skin turn over that quickly. The stomach lining is only 5 days old. The rods and cones in your eyes that help you to see are only 2 days old. Your liver is only 5 months old. It's been replaced in that time. Your nervous system is 8 months old. Your bones are about a year old. In fact, you have a completely new body in about 7 years. that your body breaks down the old cells, builds the new cells. Well, if you don't have the building blocks that you need to build new cells, you're not going to build very good quality cells. Now, when you embrace this and you start taking those 4 key supplements, you're going to have some really profound changes in your health. And that leads to passion. You are going to be, holy cow, I can't not tell people about how much energy I have now that I've supported all the systems of my body. I can't tell people how much easier I move and freely that I move now that I've supported my body with these core basics. So passion is the trump card to fear. You know how we're always a little shy about telling people about something, or we're scared, but when you're passionate about something, you can't not tell them. It just comes flowing out. And passion is also contagious. People capture that passion, they feel that passion that's coming from your heart. And that's going to allow you to to share with others your love for Young Living, and it's going to happen in an organic way. And when you share passionately, that's when you grow your business more quickly. Now, I know that some people will say, you know what, but geez, Carla, I can't afford all of those at once. So now what do I do? So that's very easy, actually. I say, look at your budget. First of all, check your priorities. We all know that sometimes our priorities aren't really where they should be. So maybe there's something you can cut out or change a little bit so that you can give this a go with all 4. But let's say that still isn't possible. Then I say pick as many that you can afford as possible and add those in consistently every single day. And as soon as you possibly can, then add in some more. And then some people say, well, which one should I start with? It's you. You are the one that has to decide that. Your body has its own innate intelligence, so you will be drawn to the one that your body needs the most first. Now, some other people say, how long do I have to do this for? As long as you're breathing. Yep, that's what I said. As long as you're breathing. So, I like to use an analogy when you're teaching someone else. How are you going to get this concept across to them? You're just somebody that doesn't have any medical background. How are you going to get them to understand the importance of these 4? I like to use the analogy of a car or a vehicle. Would you ever consider taking your car out of the garage if it didn't have gas in the gas tank, if it didn't have a brake fluid, if it didn't have oil, if it didn't have transmission fluid? You wouldn't. You wouldn't go very far. Maybe you've got the right fluids in there, but they're not topped up to the right levels, or maybe they're not the right quality. Well, then you might get to go somewhere, but you're going to wear this vehicle out very quickly, and you're going to have lots of problems down the road. So, this is my analogy. Imagine that Ningxia juice is your gas. Omega Jais 3 is your oil. Essential Symes 4 is your transmission fluid. And Life 9 is your brake fluid. You really want them all to be there when you take your car out of the garage. So when you take your body out of your bed, you should be topping up all those fluids and making sure that your body is ready to run perfectly for the day. So, a little bit back to my mother. My mother was super coachable. 18 years ago, she started taking Young Living supplements when she was 79. So it's never, ever, ever too late to start. She embraced having prevention in her life. She wanted to be the healthiest that she could be. She lived till 95.5 years old, all by herself. She cooked for herself, she cleaned for herself, she walked to the grocery store every day, she sang in the choir, she helped serve meals in her local service groups because she dug her well before she was thirsty. She had no pain, she had no medication. She did have a heart valve, a mechanical problem that was detected. She was sent to the heart specialist in October of last year, and he was absolutely mystified because her heart valve had closed down quite a lot. and she had 0 symptoms. And he said, I have nothing to offer you because you don't have any symptoms at all. So this is what she did. She embraced this. And don't just prejudge thinking, well, I don't need those 4 because my stomach seems to work pretty good. I don't need to support my digestive system, so I'm not going to put the enzymes in there. When I learned about enzymes and added them into my mother's routine, the first thing that we noticed, it supported her cognitive health. Who think? Makes sense now if you're absorbing all the minor little tiny molecules of nutrients that you need to support your brain. If you're not getting those through in the gut, they're not going to be able to support your brain. But we noticed that she didn't forget things as much and her memory was a bit better. So it's never too late to start. And it really helped her so much because when she did start to develop symptoms from her heart valve, she stayed really as well as you possibly could, right to the 2 days. Actually, this picture I have is 2 days before she passed away. Look how healthy she looks. Look at her skin and the light in her eyes. This is digging your well early so that you can be as vibrant right to the end. Now, my poor brother, he didn't provide these core basics. He had lots and lots of health challenges. And when he was given the terminal diagnosis, just by adding in those core 4, it did make a phenomenal difference in the last 2 weeks of his life. We had the doctors absolutely mystified at the improvements we were getting. Now, we were pouring in 16 ounces of Ningxia juice a day, so we were hitting it hard, but it still made a phenomenal difference. But you know what? He dug his well too late. Although we were able to get 2 weeks of better quality life with him, it wasn't enough for him to survive. So we want you to dig your well now. Dig your health well now. Deepak Chopra said, if we are creating ourselves all the time, then it's never too late to begin creating the bodies we want instead of the ones we mistakenly assume we are stuck with. So you need to build your table of health for yourself personally. You owe it to yourself and your family. Because remember, every 7 years you have a new body that you've developed from what you've eaten and that. Now, I've been teaching this table of health for many, many years, and a lot of my team know it. So if anybody has experience in integrating this into their life and want to share it in the comments below, we'd love to read them. Remember I said how important financial health was? Well, you need to dig your financial well now. The best gift that we had in our lives over the last 4 months was we never ever looked at the bank account before we made a decision on what was needed to be done to help my brother and my mother. It was never a factor. I was able to stop, drop, go, spend 16 days, live out of a hotel, buy whatever supplements that we thought could help him do this, spend as much time with him as we could. It was never a factor. With my mother, she developed her symptoms in February. I was able to fly 3,000 miles once a month for 10 to 14 days every single month until she passed in November. I never had to look at the bank account. I never had to second guess. I never had to ask anybody for time off. I have memories. I have time that I will value until my last breath comes along, of being with my mother. And not only for myself, to have that for me, but she was so, so grateful to have me at her side that often. And that's all she wanted. She just wanted to be with her children. Now, about 10 years ago, my mother-in-law was 93, and she was on her final journey. We hadn't dug our financial well. We lived 3,000 miles away. We sent prayers, we sent phone calls, but we couldn't afford to just pack up and go and spend as much time as we could with her. So I implore you, dig your financial well now, because you have no idea when you might have a situation where you would give the world to just be able to go and do what you need to do. Or just your light, your gift to this world. Everyone is unique, and we need to have your talents and your gifts because you were put here for a purpose. And so if your gifts are being buried under responsibilities and jobs that you don't fill up your heart and make you shine, then we're missing out on what you have to offer us. Thomas Edison had a wonderful quote: "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work." Building a Young Living business, you know what? It's simple, but it sure as heck is not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of self-discipline. It takes a lot of consistency. But you're not alone. Look, 12 Days of Diamonds. We have 100 more diamonds that are here pouring into you because we want you to succeed, because the world needs more people like you. You've got support. You've got guidance. It is there for the asking. No excuses about whether your upline is helping or not helping, or there is so much support in the Young Living family. It is amazing. And that's the other great blessing of really taking and embracing your Young Living journey, is you do have a global family. And you will be blessed by this family. Upline, downline, crossline, corporate. They're your cheerleaders, they're your teachers, they're your mentors. I honestly wish I could have captured the smiles on my mother's face and my brother's face when I said to them, you know what? There are people praying for you. They have your picture and they are praying for you all over the planet, right around the entire planet, because that's what our Young Living family does. We encourage, we support, we lift up, we cheer when you're winning, and we hold you in our prayers and in our hearts when you're going through rough times. So, live long, like my mother lived. Prosper. Give your gifts to the world. Dig your well for your personal health and your financial health before you are thirsty. Huge thank you to Sandy Boudreau and all the other diamonds that have poured into us. I've learned so much. Doesn't matter how high a rank you are, you're always learning. Love everybody. Have a blessed and wonderful Saturday. Bye-bye.